This sensitive and smart proverb is very much useful, and it will definitely stimulate the mind of the people to follow this proverb. Prevention is better than cure in their daily life. This inspirational, beautiful, and thoughtful proverb can make everyone to adapt preventive steps and decisions to avoid problems. We might be upholding good moral virtues and good values within ourselves, but if we don't think to prevent certain problematic things, then the consequences might be highly challenging in our life. Our words and behavior will judge the level of our common sense and the type of character and attitude that we have within ourselves.
If a person seems to be proactive in his actions and if he is creatively smart in preventing problems before it happens, he will be certainly respected well by others and he will be trusted by others, and it is also an identity of a strong character and the ability to make sensible decisions and judgments. Smart people have immense or higher quantity of knowledge and they seamlessly gain work experience in a flawless and perfect way. If a person is acknowledged about the most effective preventive steps and actions, he can definitely avoid a problem before it happens, which is better than trying and fixing or resolving the issue after it has occurred.
If a person has a good level of intellectual ability and seems to be fair and reasonable with a strong physical and mental health conditions, and also has ability to think clearly and deeply and avoid making thoughtless and tactless decisions, and also seems to be more sensitive and has a very deep understanding about everything related to his job, then he can most probably able to prevent the unforeseen or unexpected problem before it happens. It is believed that smart people can able to prevent problems in a best possible way. If we behave carefully in a smart way, we can prevent some problems that might involve the chance of losing things or facing huge injuries and damages. If we are not proactively preventing the unwanted bad things, we will be severely reprimanded by others. Literally, we will be praised and appreciated by others if we can able to prevent negative things before it happens in an unexpected way. In our life, we might face some unexpected scenarios and circumstances, and at that time we should not lose our confidence, and we must use some tactical smart ideas and execute some clever techniques and strategies to overcome from that difficult situation, so that we can be preventive to harmful consequences and save ourselves and others. If we're lacking boldness and courage and strength and smartness and logical thinking, or if we have selfish attitude, we might fail to prevent problems. For example, a poor man cannot prevent poverty and financial difficulties if he is less skilled and lacking the needful efficiency. So he need to put more efforts to show better improvement, and he should have a progressive right intention to become successful in his life. If you have a relentless passion to know more new things by learning comprehensively, and also a strong willpower to learn continuously with a "I can" able to learn it attitude within yourself, you can able to consistently improve your mental capabilities and transform yourself as a dynamic, smartest personality, so that you can get the power to prevent problematic things in the future and attain a good prosperity in your ambitious good life. If a person is driving a bus or car or any vehicle or a train or an aeroplane, he should carefully handle things to avoid errors and problems, and the drivers have to be very alert and proactive and very much knowledgeable in their driving job, so that they can able to cleverly take preventive steps at right time without fail. If a driver has acquired better knowledge and understanding about different types of operational things and its mechanisms, and also know how they are integrated and interrelated with each other, then he will be very much aware about the possibility of many unexpected problems which might come in different situations due to different reasons, so that he can definitely prevent any problem before it happens. Most importantly, persons who read diverse books and has a habit of working with puzzles and seems to be continuously learning to acquire more quantity of new knowledge and skills, and also learning more new languages and engaging themselves in creative hobbies like music or art and practicing mindfulness and meditation can certainly stimulate and enhance their cognitive abilities to act in a reliable and proactive way to prevent different problems in a successful way. Water resources are essential natural things necessary for the existence of living beings. Water pollution occurs when harmful and toxic waste, chemicals or other particles enter water bodies such as rivers, ponds, seas, oceans, and so on, get absorbed by these water bodies and effectively mixes with these water bodies. The color of these water bodies automatically changes into black and ugly, and a bad smell used to come while we move near to those contaminated, hazardous water bodies, and mostly they remain stagnant, which means not flowing or moving and smelling unpleasant, and it gets deposited on the bed of water bodies. And ultimately, it results in the environmental degradation of quality natural water. So we need to take preventive steps and measures to avoid polluting the natural water resources. Polluting the seawater is harmful to our aquatic ecosystems. The pollutants also reach groundwater, which might end up in our houses as contaminated water, impacting harmful consumption to us. When the groundwater is polluted, we will use that polluted water in our daily activities, such as drinking and cooking and bathing, and consequently, we might be facing different issues. Drinking polluted water can lead to immediate, severe illnesses like diarrhea, vomiting, stomach cramps, and fever due to infections from bacteria, viruses, or parasites. It can also cause long-term, chronic health issues, including internal organ damage, cancer, and developmental problems, depending on the type of chemical or toxic contaminants present in the water. People might also get some skin rashes and other skin diseases because of consuming polluted water for cleaning the body. Industries and factories should take necessary steps to avoid polluting the groundwater and should not give problems to the social people, and they have to react in a sensational way to prevent problems. Public administration authorities should take necessary preventive steps concerning the well-being of the social people. Water pollution also occurs due to oil spills, chemical fertilizers, fossil fuel combustion, and pesticides. Not only that, sometimes due to sewage and garbage from cities are dumped into oceans, resulting in polluting the large amount of water. The prognosis regarding the water pollution is hugely rising, and if preventive steps has not been taken, then the future generations will be suffering and facing problems to consume the needful good water, and it will impact a tremendous risk if preventive steps are not taken. So in order to reduce water pollution, we need to properly dispose chemicals and oil, minimize plastic use, we need to try our best to conserve the rainwater, and we need to choose eco-friendly products which is biodegradable. Phosphate-free and natural cleaning products can also be preferred. We can try to limit toilet flushing of trash, and we to properly dispose the waste foods, plastic papers, clothes in the waste basket. Every nation should have a critical environmental strategy to reduce and prevent the different types of pollution and try to promote sustainability. Recycling the waste materials such as paper, glass, metals minimize the landfill waste and reduce the need for raw materials and helps to produce new products, and eventually we can prevent the increase of pollution in both the urban and rural areas. Air pollution has to be controlled and reduced for a comfortable natural living. Factories release pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, and those chemicals contaminates the air and the atmosphere, and it poses severe threats to human health because there are possibilities for the social people to get cancer and respiratory diseases like asthma, bronchitis, heart diseases, lung cancer, premature death, and these diseases are caused due to intense air pollution. Diesel cars, trucks, diesel buses, and aeroplane emits harmful gases from burning fossil fuels, and factories also contribute significantly to air pollution. The state government should take necessary steps to control the air pollution index by improving the vehicle moving infrastructure in a sophisticated modern way, so that traffic congestion can also be avoided and reduced. If the government permits people to use diesel vehicles, then the fuel-air emissions will badly pollute the atmosphere and reduces the beauty of the natural green environment, and that black color polluted air is not good for human respiratory system. So it's better to use petrol vehicles and electric vehicles to prevent the increase of air pollution. When the atmosphere is excessively polluted, it harmfully impacts global warming. In this modern days, most of the people started buying electric vehicles that gets energy from rechargeable batteries. Electric vehicle consumption can prevent the air pollution. When the atmosphere is excessively polluted, it harmfully impacts global warming. Air pollution damages the ecosystem, and it causes climatic changes and fluctuations, and due to too much of air pollution, the ozone layer of our natural planet is also depleting every day. Ozone layer depletion increases harmful ultraviolet, UVB, radiation reaching Earth's surface, leading to severe health risks like increased skin cancers, cataracts, and weakened immune systems. It also damages ecosystems by harming marine life, phytoplankton, reducing crop yields, and disrupting food chains. So the government should implement some strict new rules, considering the well-being of the future generations. Too much of anything else is good for nothing. If we human beings go beyond a certain limitations of production, then there are possibilities to face huge amount of risks and uncertainties in the future. The government should be mindful in giving sanctions considering the ecosystem and the atmosphere of a particular location, and also most importantly, they should consider the natural requirements of the future generations, because the future generations might be suffering to meet their basic needs of living. Government can also utilize the available land space for obtaining the renewable energy. Renewable energy, also called green energy, is energy made from renewable natural resources that are replenished on a human timescale. The most widely used renewable energy types are solar energy, wind power and hydropower. Bioenergy and geothermal power are also significant in some countries. Renewable energy installations can be large or small and are suited for both urban and rural areas. Government can look for ways to enhance the agricultural lands for more crop cultivation and support for more agricultural food production to meet the needs of the growing population. Planting trees is a highly effective, natural way to reduce air pollution by acting as filters that absorb harmful chemical gases such as nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, carbon monoxide, and trap particulate matter, dust, smoke on their leaves and bark. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and store carbon, helping to mitigate climate change. Trees reduce smog by lowering air temperatures and creating shade, which reduces the production of ground-level ozone. Strategically planted trees can significantly cool cities, reducing energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. Increased urban tree cover is directly associated with lower rates of respiratory illnesses in surrounding areas. Government can take necessary preventive steps and can have extreme control towards matters which is harmful to the ecosystems and to the living people. If more trees are cultivated, we can also get better quantity of natural rainwater from the clouds, and we can conserve more rainwater to use it later. If the city wants to be clean and green, the government and the people should take a collective responsibility and cooperate with each other better to prevent pollution. The open burning of garbage releases toxic fumes, and that also causes air pollution. So only if we people think and avoid polluting the air, the ecosystems can be improved better and the cloud formations and the rain falling can be better. Marine pollution is a growing problem that is challenging in many ways to many people. When a large amount of chemicals and trash which comes from land sources to the ocean, and the ocean water gets contaminated and becomes hazardous to the aquatic sea animals and natural marine resources. Preventing marine pollution involves reducing the usage of plastics, and our government should take necessary steps to improve the wastewater treatment in urban and rural areas. If people are disposing the waste products in a proper way, then the marine pollution can be prevented in a perfect way. Our government should adapt sustainable agriculture by using less pesticides and fertilizers, and the people should properly dispose the household chemicals, manage the oil spills in a proper way. The government should enforce strict industrial regulations and educate the public with community cleanups. People should buy eco-friendly products to protect our oceans and prevent the marine pollution. If we are not preventing the problems proactively at right time, then later it might ruffle or create a disorder and make you and others to feel nervous and more embarrassed and reduce the level of confidence. If a person seems to be having any kind of health issues or having problems inside the body due to abnormal function of the internal organs, then that person should immediately consult the doctor so that he or she can avoid serious health issues and sufferings later. If you're very much concerned about your health and well-being, then you need to take proper precautions and preventive medical treatment to hinder the development of infections, and you shouldn't avoid checking out and identifying the reasons for the abnormalities, because it might impact unexpected negative consequences and sufferings and problems later. If a person has some kind of internal or external infection within himself or suffering from any illness, he or she needs to diagnose the issue in the early stages so that he can prevent further development of the diseases and infections and avoid more expenses later, and cure will not be required in the future. Every desire arises from your own mind, and if you have the strong willpower to master your own mind, you can certainly control your own mind. If you effectively control your desires and expenses, you can prevent the problems and difficulties and experience a peaceful and decent good life in a flawless and beautiful way. Generally, ethical-minded people will not attempt or try to make problems, but they know to avoid making problems. They will think to maintain the positive vibes about them, and they will manifest only the positive energy from them, and they will not hurt or harm, or offend others at any moment of time. They will be doing only the right things, and they will be speaking only good words, and avoid releasing bad words from their mouth. They will be aware about the negative consequences that comes because of doing wrong things, and also because of telling bad words in front of others. Hence, they will be a reflection of positive good attitude to others. They are good in preventing problematic things before it happens. The people who have great courage and wisdom and knowledge and experience, and a finest mental stability, and a firm and strong determination rooted in self-discipline, resilience and personal accountability, focusing on long-term growth over immediate comfort, can be identified as great. We need to accelerate our efforts to prevent difficult situations, and we need to work smarter and harder to achieve the goals and objectives of our life. If a person has worked for many hours, and if he or she became disappointed due to some unexpected error or mistake happened in his or her official work, he or she should have good effective control with his or her own mind, because showing cranky or cantankerous or a strange, unusual or irritable behavior will not give positive and very nice vibes about his or her personal character. If we fail to prevent bad things, the situation will become sinistrous or unlucky or inauspicious or unfavorable to progress, and it will give an worrying impression. So we need to be very much proactive and take some needful preventive steps and actions, and inquires to avoid facing unexpected negative scenarios. We can't believe anyone completely, and it's better prevent each other working in the same team to avoid making problems and to grow well together. Nowadays, in this modern world at the present time, large number of people are spending too much of their own money to buy lottery tickets. Since they have a strong desire to luckily become affluent and wealthy, they are very frequently buying more and more lottery tickets and simply wasting their money without saving that money to meet their urgent medical expenses and other unforeseen expenses in their present and future life. If they avoid saving the earned money, then definitely they will become extremely pathetic in the future and will be dependent on others. Literally buying lottery tickets has its advantages and disadvantages as well. Here the winning is based on pure luck, and the losers can't get back their money. So the lottery purchases has to be done very mindfully and smartly, with some limitations for each and every month, and you can smartly prevent yourself from financial losses. An dynamic and ambitious entrepreneur and philanthropist might have not made his crores and billions by simply winning the lottery tickets, mostly by means of his dedication, hard work, integrity, sincerity, diligence, and by adapting clever techniques and business strategies, and by carefully executing brilliant ideas. The business owner will endeavor to get success, and most importantly, they will mindfully utilize the available money to meet their expenses and to yield lucrative or profitable returns from their business investments. Generally, business owners will be righteous and sensible while spending their money, and will never go wrong in money matters. So if you want to be financially independent by maximizing your savings, then you have to prevent yourself in spending too much of money, and you must be economical and consistently save a good portion of your monthly earnings to be perfectly smart and good. If the growing young people think and try to nurture and nourish and cherish, and put more efforts for their individual financial growth, then definitely they can be financially independent in the present and future, and avoid seeking debts and loans from others, and prevent themselves from poverty and financial difficulties in the present and future. Ridiculous money spenders can't maintain their assets and wealth, and can't repay their debts or liabilities. So it is better to be mindful and reasonable in your expenditures, and prevent yourself in losing your earned money, and you need to clearly and effectively and deeply understand about your honest money earning capabilities before spending your money. Spending lesser wiser is good. If large quantities of money flows to you luckily and easily, you might spunk it on worthless and ephemeral things. The money that which you obtain by means of your own work and efficiency will alone stay with you longer. If you're a sign of temperance, meekfulness and humility, and if you're literally and carefully behaving personality, then you can able to prevent the problems before it happens to you and to the surrounding people. We need to help and save others when they are in a risky, tough situation with an unselfish attitude. That is the identity of an ideal good human being, which effectively inculcates an everlasting best impression in the mind of others, and he becomes an inevitable friend to others. When the cognitive psychology of your mind is occupied with negative thoughts and unwanted fearness, and some unresolved official matters it can cause emotional wounds inside your mind, and there can be some delays and hindrance in your working performance manifestation. You might not be able to operate and execute your job responsibilities in a proactive way when you're really worried about something else, especially when you feel it's not easy to get or find something that you want, and eventually, you may not be able to prevent unforeseen circumstances and may not be able to perform effectively and efficiently in your job. So it's better to fill up your own mind with positive thoughts and feelings, and you can able to be a proactively performing person. You might need to heal your mind from the past with a positive energy by mastering powerful techniques, and you can try out your best to make your amazingly beautiful dreams to come true. Too much complexity can have a negative effect on your business performance. If you're adapting an unhealthy lifestyle, it might impact a big problem to you in future, and you'll be much worried about it later. So it's better to adapt a healthy lifestyle to lead your lovely family with adequate happiness and prosperity. If you avoid intaking a well-balanced, healthy, good diet, and avoid doing physical exercise on a regular basis, you can't shape your body in a finest possible way, and you might not looking attractive to the eyes of others, and your body might get different types of diseases for which you might need to spend more money to cure it. If you regularly do physical exercise and keep your body fit and healthy and maintain a perfectly balanced healthy food diet on a daily basis, you can avoid health issues and premature illness and other abnormal conditions of your physical body. If you involve in harmful habits like excessive masturbation, smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, you might get harmful diseases such as cancer, diabetes, heart attack, heart stroke, and it significantly raises risks for chronic diseases, including liver cirrhosis, pancreatitis, various cancers, and cardiovascular issues like high blood pressure and developing cancers of the breast, liver, esophagus, mouth, throat. Excessive alcohol consumption impacts nutritional deficiency, and it affects the immune system in a negative way. Since drinking alcohol is injurious to health, you can prevent yourselves in consuming excessive liquors. If it is consumed in a moderate level, you can avoid serious consequences. Excessive masturbation can cause serious side effects like fatigue, distraction, decreased sexual sensitivity, and frequent friction can cause irritation, soreness, redness, or discomfort. Spending too much time masturbating may lead to neglecting relationships and responsibilities. Excessive masturbation can lead to mental exhaustion, reducing productivity, and reduces the inclination and focus towards your duties and responsibilities. So you can prevent yourselves from masturbating excessively, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle to boost testosterone can help you engaging in real intimacy and also helps to develop the relationship with your beloved life partner in an effective and efficient way. If you avoid smoking and drinking alcohol and do exercise regularly and maintain a well-balanced diet, then you can certainly prevent chronic diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular problems. There is no completely curable medicines available for HIV, human immunovirus, which is known as AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So it's better to prevent ourselves in having unsafe sexual activities. Sex is a natural desire, and it's not very easier to control that spontaneous human desire, but we can enjoy that in a proper and safe way without making any problems. If the sexual enjoyment is experienced in an unsafe and wrong way, it might impact some unexpected problems to us and spoil our life. So we need to be sensitive and smart before indulging in a sexual pleasure with another person to prevent the problematic situations after the sexual enjoyment. Self-control towards the sexual desires can help you to prevent doing it frequently. Anything beyond the limitations won't be good. Treating big diseases such as diabetes, cancer are often very much expensive and time-consuming as well. If you're good in preventing yourself from those dangerous diseases, you can avoid heavy financial burdens. If you're not preventing the growth of an infection inside your body, then that can cause a permanent damage to your internal organs. Vaccinations protect children from diseases, while regular health checks detect problems early. If a person is going to eye hospitals and eye camps for regular eye checkup and diagnosing and analyzing his own natural eyes for identifying the weakness, and also to know about the timely preventive treatment that has to be taken to save his own natural eyes from blindness and other unforeseen circumstances and problematic conditions of the vision. Then he can definitely maintain healthy eyes for a flawless and impeccable vision throughout his young and old age life. Some eye diseases can lead to vision loss, so it's important to take preventive steps. You need to give topmost priority to your optical health. If you consume nutrient-rich, balanced meals including leafy greens like kale and spinach, it will be good for your eye health. Excessive screen time causes dry eyes and strain. Take frequent breaks and blink often to maintain lubrication. Wear sunglasses to protect against UV damage, and use protective eyewear during hazardous activities and sun exposure can damage your eyes and raise your risk of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. Protect your eyes by using sunglasses that block out 99 to 100% of both UVA and UVB radiation. Wearing glasses with a blue light coating can help reduce glare and light sensitivity, thereby relaxing strain and sometimes improving blink rate, and effectively blocks the blue rays coming from the digital screens. They filter blue light from devices, potentially easing symptoms like dry eyes, headaches, and fatigue. We need to give importance to eye health and care for retaining good vision. Prevention is better than cure is a principle emphasizing that proactive health measures, lifestyle checkups, vaccines are more effective and less costly than treating diseases after they develop. It reduces the burden on healthcare systems and improves long-term well-being. Viral diseases and sexually transmitted diseases are hard to cure, and once contacted, they can be life-threatening. Children having a weak immune system should be immunized. Cleanliness should be maintained in the surroundings so that waterborne, airborne, and vector-borne diseases do not develop. Government should maintain the public utilities in a neat and hygienic way to prevent diseases. A person should carefully choose what to eat and where to eat, as it can transmit diseases. It's actually easier to stop something happening in the first place than to repair the damage after it has happened. You have to consume quality foods, and that should be a high-fiber food with low fat, salt, sugar, glycemic index. If a person is good in preventing himself in eating junk foods, which are ultra-processed, hyperpalatable foods high in calories, salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats, and low in nutrients like protein, vitamin, and fiber, can able to avoid adverse health conditions. Even though the coronavirus cases are reduced now, we need to adopt some preventive measures to protect ourselves from that risky infection. We need to avoid smoking to prevent cancer, and we need to avoid intaking sweetened foods and drinks and beverages to prevent ourselves from the deadly disease called diabetes. A lot of precautionary measures needed to be taken to avoid harmful habits and cure the diabetes and other diseases, and also to prevent the growth of various infections inside your body. We need to exercise every day to keep us healthy, strong, and happy. If we consciously avoid performing certain things that we know will be harmful for us in the long run, we can be successful in preventing problematic things later.
Diabetes is a chronic metabolic condition characterized by high blood sugar due to the pancreas producing little or no insulin or cells resisting insulin. Main symptoms include increased thirst, frequent urination, fatigue, irritability, blurry vision, and slow healing sores. While largely manageable with lifestyle changes and meditation, it can lead to severe complications like heart diseases, neuropathy, and kidney failure if poorly controlled. While there is no cure for most forms, it is highly manageable. With proper management, including blood sugar monitoring, a healthy diet, and regular exercise, people with diabetes can prevent or delay long-term complications. Prediabetes is a condition where blood sugar levels are higher than normal but not high enough to be classified as type 2 diabetes. The good part is it is reversible or preventable with lifestyle changes like a healthy diet and regular exercise. Diabetic patients need to prioritize sleep and manage stress, as both can impact blood sugar levels. Health insurance primarily prevents financial devastation caused by high, unexpected medical costs and ensures access to quality, timely treatment. It acts as a safety net against depleting personal savings during hospitalizations, surgeries, and emergencies. It also prevents paying out-of-pocket for pre- and post-hospitalization, ambulance fees, and, with specific riders, criticalillnesses.so. It's better to prevent your financial difficulties and problems by taking medical or health insurance to meet your unforeseen medical expenses, without any procrastination or delays. We should not be absurd or contrary to reasonable and good common sense. It is well advised by the doctors to the patients to buy health insurance policies from trustworthy insurance companies to meet their urgent medical treatment expenses. It ensures access to quality, timely healthcare without financial burden, covers preventive care, and offers peace of mind. Health insurance is essential because it provides crucial financial protection against high, unexpected medical costs. It functions as a safety net to ensure you receive necessary medical attention without facing substantial financial strain. Health insurance promotes both your financial security and well-being. Health insurance can be bought by paying a premium, which varies according to factors such as coverage, age, and health condition. In the event of illness, accident, or injury, the insurance policy covers your medical expenses and prevents you from depleting your personal savings. One of the key advantages of health insurance is the convenience it offers through quick disbursals and cashless hospitalization. With a streamlined process and easy availability of funds, you can access quality healthcare services in a timely manner. Key reasons for having health insurance include financial security. It protects against overwhelming debt caused by medical emergencies, critical illnesses, or expensive surgeries. Access to quality care. Policyholders can access better hospitals and doctors, covering hospitalization, ambulance charges, and daycare procedures. Cashless facilities. Most insurers provide cashless treatment in network hospitals, removing the need for upfront cash payments during emergencies. Rising medical costs, with healthcare costs rising faster than general inflation. Insurance manages expenses for doctor visits, medications, and treatments. Preventive coverage. Many plans cover checkups and vaccinations, aiding early detection of health issues. Tax benefits. Premiums paid can be deducted from income tax, e.g., Section 80D in India, increasing savings. Family protection. Comprehensive plans can secure the entire family, including coverage for aging parents and dependent children. If you're a restaurant owner, it's better to prevent the unforeseen customer complaints and problems in a sensible way. Restaurant owners can avoid problems by implementing strict, consistent systems for food safety, staff training, and inventory management, maintaining a rigorous cleaning schedule for the kitchen, storage areas, and dining spaces, and use proper pest control to ensure high level of hygienic standards is important in the hotel industry. It's important to ensure that the staffs are wearing the gloves, using the hairnets, and washing the hands frequently. They have to regularly clean fridges, freezers, and check temperatures to prevent food spoilage. They need to create separate, designated areas for preparing allergen-safe foods. They need to regularly service the kitchen equipment to avoid fridge breaking down and spoiling food. The restaurateur need to be proactive in listening to the feedback of the customers and addressing the customer complaints immediately to prevent negative reviews. The restaurateur need to take corrective actions and decisions to prevent problematic situations, and he should be very concerned about the health and well-being of his customers, and the food which he makes and sells to the customers should not upset them. If a customer consumes a bad quality food on the next day, morning, or even on the same day, that customer might be suffering from stomach aches, loose motion or dysentery, vomiting, etc. So it's much better to prevent the unforeseen problems before it happens by adapting sensational preventive strategies. Retaliation is not good. As a good human being, we need to forgive each other. Involving in criminal activities is generally considered as very bad and wrong. People involved in crime might suffer a lot, and criminals are often imprisoned, and the punishments might be very severe, and they may face severe legal consequences, and it might become very difficult to get the bail and overcome the obstacles and solve the legal case. Crime prevention involves proactive strategies and actions by law enforcement, communities, and individuals designed to reduce the risk, occurrence, and fear of crime before it happens. Effective approaches combine situational, social, and community-based measures to address root causes, improve security, and foster safer environments through collaboration. Key pillars of crime prevention include situational prevention, aimed at reducing opportunities for crime by increasing the effort and risk for offenders, such as installing security systems, CCTV, improving lighting, and implementing access control. Community-based prevention involves local initiatives like neighborhood watch schemes, fostering community cohesion, and improving environmental design to discourage crime. Social development prevention focuses on addressing underlying risk factors, such as poverty, lack of education, and family influences, often through early intervention programs for youth. Individual actions, simple, daily measures such as locking doors or windows, securing vehicles, and reporting suspicious activity to authorities. Law enforcement cooperation, collaboration between police, local authorities, and the public to target specific crime types and areas. Effective long-term crime prevention is often more cost-effective than dealing with the aftermath of crime and is essential for sustainable community development.
When someone is compelled or forced to have a sex in an unpleasant way, it becomes a sexual harassment case. It literally and spontaneously contravenes a person's nobility. It includes unwanted physical, verbal or non-verbal behaviors, such as sexual comments, touching, or sharing explicit images, and can occur in workplaces, schools, or online. It is a form of discrimination and illegal, with 100% of the blame lying with the perpetrator. Unwelcome touching, hugging, cornering, or brushing against someone, sexual comments, jokes, questions about private life, or wolf whistling, leering, displaying sexually suggestive pictures, or indecent exposure, non-consensual sharing of sexual content, cyber flashing, or explicit messages are the different types of wrong behavior related to sexual harassment case. Commonly occurs in the workplace, often involving abuse of power, but can happen anywhere, including schools, public spaces, and social settings. Generally, sexual harassment causes emotional distress, fear, reduced quality of life, and impacts physical mental health. Preventing sexual harassment involves fostering a respectful, safe workplace culture through clear, written policies, mandatory training, and robust, confidential complaint mechanisms. Key measures include defining prohibited behaviors, ensuring prompt investigations, protecting against retaliation, and holding management accountable to prevent and address incidents promptly. Key strategies for prevention. Clear policies. Implement a formal, written policy that defines sexual harassment, including physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct, and explicitly states that it will not be tolerated. Training programs. Conduct regular, comprehensive, and interactive training workshops for all employees, covering what constitutes harassment, reporting procedures, and the consequences. Robust complaint system. Establish an internal committee, such as an internal complaints committee under the POSH Act, for handling complaints with strict confidentiality. Management accountability. Ensure senior-level involvement to monitor compliance and take swift action on all complaints, taking every report seriously. Preventive environment. Promote a culture of respect, set standards for social events, and encourage staff to report situations where they feel unsafe, even if no formal incident occurred. Obesity is a disease that means having too much body fat. It is different from being overweight, which means weighing too much. Both terms mean that your weight is greater than what's considered healthy for your height. Body mass index, BMI, measures how much you weigh compared to how tall you are. An adult who has a BMI of 30 or more is considered to have obesity. Severe obesity is having a BMI of 40 or higher. Obesity increases your risk for many other diseases and health problems, especially if the extra body fat is carried around the waist. Obesity happens over time from taking in more calories through food and drinks than used up from physical activity and daily living. Your body stores the extra calories as fat. Genetic makeup, eating habits, sex, race or ethnicity, level of physical activity are the different factors that can affect your body weight. Obesity can cause many health problems to you. Having a larger body size can make your heart work harder, put extra pressure on your joints, and may increase your risk for many health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, heart diseases, high blood pressure, stroke, metabolic syndrome, osteoarthritis, sleep apnea, pregnancy and fertility issues. If you have obesity, losing even 5 to 10% of your weight can delay or prevent some of these diseases. For example, that means losing 10 to 20 pounds if you weigh 200 pounds. Possible treatments may include dietary changes and exercise goals to help you learn how to adopt healthy nutrition, exercise and lifestyle changes to lose weight safely and keep it off long term. Counseling or support groups can give you encouragement and help you understand what's behind weight changes. Weight loss medicines to treat obesity. Weight loss procedures or surgery if you have severe obesity or serious obesity-related health problems and have not been able to lose enough weight. A healthy lifestyle that includes healthy eating patterns and regular physical activity can help you lose weight and lower your chance of developing complications related to obesity. It's really smart and tactically good to open a trading account to improve our financial worthiness. A trading account is an investment account used to buy and sell securities, such as stocks, bonds, derivatives, and mutual funds on stock exchanges. It acts as an online interface between a bank account for funds and a demat account for holding securities, allowing for real-time transactions. It is mandatory for trading in equity and other instruments. Key features and functions of a trading account: facilitates transactions. It enables the placing of buy and sell orders for securities. Integration: it is usually linked with a bank account for transferring funds and a demat account for storing securities. Real-time tracking: provides live market updates, order history and portfolio tracking. Access to exchanges: connects to major stock exchanges to enable trading, including intraday, delivery, and derivatives. Tools and analysis: often includes charting tools, research reports, and risk management features. Difference between trading and demat accounts. Trading account, used to execute the purchase or sale of securities. Demat account, used to hold or store the securities in electronic form. Trading in securities is essential for the future because it serves as the foundational mechanism for capital formation, economic growth, and individual wealth accumulation. As the global economy evolves, securities markets enable the flow of capital from savers to productive enterprises, supporting innovation, infrastructure development, and the ability to hedge against inflation. It is literally useful for funding future technologies. Investment in securities provides the necessary capital for startups and established firms to innovate in sectors like technology, biotechnology, and renewable energy. Efficient resource allocation is possible by directing your savings into the most productive sectors. Securities markets optimize economic productivity. By trading in securities in a proper way, you can enhance your individual financial security and financial capacity as well. Inflation hedge: as the cost of living rises, saving money in traditional bank accounts is often insufficient. Securities trading provides a crucial way to grow wealth and outpace inflation over the long term. Retirement planning: securities, particularly diversified portfolios of stocks and bonds, are fundamental for long-term retirement planning and creating passive income streams through dividends. Wealth creation: investing in securities allows individuals to share in the profits and success of companies, facilitating wealth accumulation. Market liquidity and risk management is possible while you do trading in securities. High liquidity, secondary markets, stock exchanges ensure that investors can easily buy and sell securities, providing flexibility to convert assets to cash when needed. Risk mitigation is possible because trading allows investors to diversify their portfolios across various asset classes, reducing risk. Additionally, derivatives provide tools for hedging against price volatility. Trading platforms are software systems, such as Kite, Upstocks Pro, Grower, or interactive brokers, that allow investors to analyze, buy and sell financial assets like stocks, options, and commodities. Top platforms offer fast execution, low-cost trading, and advanced charting. Key choices include Zerodha for beginners and Option Trader by Dihan for active traders. You can find crypto options in Delta Exchange India trading software application, and it is also an useful and helpful online trading platform to deserve your future as an well-dignified personality.
You can also take pension plans and policies to prevent financial difficulties and problems in the future. Many private and government banks are offering that to secure your future in a better and beautiful way. It will be literally appreciable if you can able to be consistent in your monthly premium payments. You have to be smartly mindful in managing your individual monthly expenses to maintain both your pension plans and your money savings, which will be very much useful to meet your present and future needs. Before concluding this motivation video, I would like to remind you briefly that prevention is better than cure is a proverb highlighting that proactive measures, such as healthy eating, exercise, vaccinations, are superior to treating illnesses later. It emphasizes that preventing disease is more effective and less costly than finding a cure, preserving both physical health and financial resources. Nowadays, people are facing numerous difficulties for getting effective medical treatments and for doing cost-effective surgeries due to their lack of prevention to unforeseen situations and due to their financial incapabilities. It is lots higher to keep away from something horrific with inside the first place, in place of must cope with its effects later. Similarly, this identical idea of prevention is higher than treatment may be implemented in numerous strata or various aspects of life. Adequate sleep and effective stress management techniques ensure our bodies and minds are rejuvenated to prevent psychological illness and problems. The adage prevention is better than cure encapsulates the essence of responsible and proactive healthcare. Understanding the significance of prevention equips us with the necessary tools to live healthier lives. Prioritizing prevention not only benefits us individually but also contributes to the overall well-being of the society. Let us embrace prevention, make informed choices, and take proactive steps towards a healthier future. Together, we can build a resilient and thriving community that champions the power of prevention. Thanks for watching this video. I hope all will prevent problematic things in life before it happens by deciding and behaving in a sensational and smart way. Kindly subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed it before. Thanks for YouTube application to give opportunity to display my passion to motivate people with a right attitude or inclination in the beautiful English language.